Man, you're a little rough. Freaking belt right now is off. Deck's a little messed up. Yeah, I need to give you some attention. A little bit, not a whole lot, but I need to give you a little bit of attention, huh? Besides, you need a light as well. And clean you up a little bit. Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be working on the drill press, the old Craftsman drill press. It's a Craftsman 150, and I'll show you it here in a sec. So this has been featured in many of my videos and has served me very, very well over the years, and has been one of the most used pieces of equipment that I have. And it has been serving me real well. This is an old timer, and it's like I said, it's still trucking along, and it's a little rough on the handle on running it down, but I'm going to try to alleviate that today. And I'm also going to be lubing up some stuff, cleaning it up real nice, or try to clean it up. The decks, I want to be sanding down a little bit, and I want to try to get this set up better with the bolts. Actually get some actual bolts I need to put in there. These are just what I had on hand, so I want to try to get these better set up for it. So, like I said, I'm going to end up replacing the belt on it, and I'm going to be installing a light. Now, this belt, as you can see, is not in the best condition. I'll end up getting it later today. And because I'll be going out away from the house for a little bit, so I gotta try to run by and get it. And this working light here, let me get it out of here, is magnetic. So it's kind of hard to do this with one hand. But yeah, it is a magnetic light, and I'll be able to get it turned on and off here. And what I'm going to end up doing is hardwiring this straight into the switch on the drill press, and that way, and leave this switch on, or I'll leave it off, whichever. If I need it on, I'll turn it on. If I don't, I'll, you know. And as I go ahead and hardwire this straight into the switch, that way it powers on whenever I need it to. And it's one of the flexible ones, so I can move it wherever I need it. Let's go ahead and jump right on into it. The sanding, I'll be hitting the 60, 80, and 120 grit, and go ahead and try to get it polished up. I got a little bit of wax here I want to try to do with it, so we'll see how it turns out. So let's get to it. All right, so got some bolts and nuts, washers that should work, and got it this way and bolted off, all unbolted. So over there to the side for now. Let's go ahead and get the drill press moved over. So I gotta get that light wired in, so let's go ahead and get it done. Looks like I'm gonna have to do a little bit extra work, because I plan on taking it in either probably here and dropping it down and around, and probably have it mounted on this other side. So that way I can fix this wherever it might be here and be able to deal with it. So I do have it unplugged. Man, I'm gonna go ahead and get this undone, unhooked, and changed out. All right, so yes, I'm gonna cut the end of this off, strip it back a little bit, go ahead and get this wired up in there. I already got the switch out and ready to take off. I mean, I gotta be really careful with this so I don't cut the wires, because they are super small. Man, I'm afraid to cut these. All right, well, I'll go ahead and get this done up and jump into where I'm going to do it up. Show you there. All right, so got the switch put back in, got the cable hooked up, and I made sure I had plenty of slack here to move around the light if needed. One thing I do need to mention is with these 2-prong, you got to make sure you know which one's the hot and which one's the neutral. And this one was pretty self-explanatory. Come on, focus for me. Oh, okay, well, you see there's a red and blue dots there. The blue, when it goes to this one, the wider one, that's neutral. The red one goes to the more narrow one, that's the hot. So whenever you go to do this, make sure you get those right. So let's go ahead and try this out. Go ahead and flip the switch on the light. Flip this switch here, and it is on. It's actually pretty bright. And if needed, like I said, this has its own switch, so I can shut it off here whenever I need to, and it'll work. Or I can just simply leave it on and shut it off with the switch itself. So there's that. And now I need to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and move on to getting this deck sanded down. Alright, so I got the deck sanded down real good and polished up, and I gotta do some more greasing on this and lubing up and cleaning up. A little dusty on the outside, so I also gotta put this belt in too, so that way I can make sure everything's still running and so on. But the belt, this belt here is pretty well old, so let's get a new one right now. No? What in the world? That didn't work. Now? Oh, dadgummit. Hey, that freaking worked. There. Okay, brand new one right there. All right, so let's get this on there. So with belts, you need to try to start with the smaller one and then go to the big one. So there's that one, and then work down to the small one here. Go to the big one here. That way, that way you definitely got the room to deal with it. It's a little bit difficult, but it was easier taking it off than putting it on, that's for sure. So these are actually the same size, I think. But yeah, you get the idea. So there, okay, I just couldn't get it right. So a small one here, larger one there. Pops right on. So pretty simple. Got the drill press pretty well cleaned up. I went ahead and cleaned up the shaft here, the chuck as well. I went ahead and ran some sandpaper against it and cleaned it up real nice and shiny a bit. Made it look a little bit better, and just pretty well just dusted everything off. And it'll work. I'm not going to worry about the main beam here, but I'll probably will later on, but that's the later date. Now on these particular 150s, you have these on each side, and they in a way feed down into the shaft, or at least the gearing, and you can at least lube that up, make this a little bit easier to run. So it's somewhat serviceable, but then again, it's not. That's about all you can do with this. But you can, of course, you can, of course, try and there might be some things I'm missing, so I'll probably have to look it up exactly. I did lube this chuck up pretty good, so it spins a heck of a lot freely. And of course, I'm using the good old PB blaster to help out on this. It's been doing pretty good. So I believe this is a wrap. Well, this everything works out pretty good, so I'm pretty well. Oh, wait, I forgot about that. But I'm not terribly worried about that. It's just a matter of making sure everything lines up and so on. But that's pretty well self-explanatory. That's just simply the bare minimum here on this. We're gonna go ahead and call it a day. And if you guys want to go check out TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, for there, I post videos, pictures, updates on projects. Variety of different things. I post little videos on there, the little 1 to 3 minute videos on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook and Twitter. Little questions, because I always got questions about things, so we'll go from there on that. And so I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day now and go ahead and move on to the video verse. Alright, this video verse is Hebrews chapter 6 verses 13 through 20. And it says, "For when God made a promise to Abraham, since he had no one greater to swear by, he swore by himself, I will indeed bless you, and I will greatly multiply you. And so after waiting patiently, Abraham obtained the promise. For people swear by something greater than themselves, and for them a confirming oath ends every dispute. Because God wanted to show his unchangeable purpose even more clearly to the heirs of the promise. He guaranteed it with an oath, so that through two unchangeable things in which it is impossible for God to lie, we who have fled for refuge might have strong encouragement to seize the hope set before us. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. It enters the inner sanctuary behind the curtain. Jesus has entered there on our behalf as a forerunner, because he has become a high priest forever according to the order of Melchizedek." And that is Hebrews chapter 6 verses 13 through 20. And I'll see you guys in the next one.